Pioneer. We've played... This is actually probably the archetype I'm going to play in the Standard MCQ on Saturday, just because it's the only deck I kind of in Standard that I can stomach playing. We played it in Historic, and it felt good there. And then here we're kicking the tires on it for the first time in Pioneer. So we've got the Brineborn Cutthroat plus Adventure Creatures package that we have in all the other formats. Upgrades that we get in this format are some Censors as a counterspell that cycles, some Dig Through Times as a powerful draw spell at our top end, and then I'm trying out a couple of Torrential Gearhulks. I'm actually not sure if Torrential Gearhulk is actually better than Dream Eater, just because Dream Eater is evasive, which is nice. I've also got a couple copies of Commit to Memory here. So while Commit's a little bit expensive, the fact that it's a pseudo counterspell that can also take any type of permanent off the table, I think is a big deal. Commit is also really nice to be able to flash back with Torrential Gearhulk as well. So I think that's a nice inclusion. So let's go ahead and dive on into a Pioneer League here with this one and see how it goes. Yes, you can also commit a Supreme Verdict, because it's technically not countering the spell. You like Mind Swipe. Those cards aren't comparable, Crazy Duck. So saying let's cut our threat and replace it with another counterspell doesn't make sense. I also think Mind Swipe is much worse than Ionize, and I don't even have 4 copies of Ionize in this deck. Mr. Zalzoot, thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Alright, so you'll notice that I just played a tapped land here on one. When I have Cutthroat in my opener, I like to play the opt post Cutthroat most of the time. If I'm not like looking for a third land, perfect V-Ball, that's great. This is a good start for the opponent here. They have Crypt Breaker here, which lets them tap 3 zombies to lose life and draw a card, and then Lazotep Reaver. Made 2 zombies on turn 2. Alright, we're going to have plenty of options here, which is nice. Gonna be looking for Bone Crushers and Wild Slashes here, and Embercleaves, honestly, so we just cut through them. They're just going to sit here and generate card advantage. I mean, Bonecrusher is just like a good Magic card. It's good in basically every format. Card's the real deal. That's an excellent draw. I'd like to stomp this Crypt Breaker to cut your card advantage off at the pass. See if they have a Fatal Push here or not. Are they just making a 2-2? Oh, they're going to make a 2-2 and then draw a card with these 3. Alright, so I got to decide how aggressive I want to be here. I think the answer is pretty aggressive. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a second Bonecrusher Giant, crack them for 4. Then we can cast Opt on their turn and make this bigger. And then next turn we can Wandering Fumarole tap, plus commit something. Go. This thing's gonna grow up real quick. Cleveland would end the game almost immediately at this point. Okay, so this is not 2 bodies this time, so it does just make the existing zombie army larger. That's a pretty big zombie army, though. Alright, so they attack with that 3/3. I'm just going to take it. Not looking for more lands at this point, he says as he bottoms a land and draws a land. Cutthroat's a 5/4. I guess I'm just passing. The back half of memory is a wheel, which is nice. Just gonna flash in Cutthroat here. Make them take memory. That's pretty scary. Every time they cast a zombie, they get a 2/2. It's gonna let them go wide around us really cleanly. I have 1 card left. And another brick. If I wheel, I probably lose, right? If I wheel, I probably lose. YOLO. Yeah, I don't know if they hit like a fatal push or like this Diagraph Class can let them go really wide with a full hand. Is the issue. Every time they cast a zombie, this is gonna be a Dark Salvation. Yeah. I'm not sure we can win from here. I feel like we were in a bad spot regardless. Easy trade here. Okay, that's a Cleveland. Could Cleveland let us punk this game out? So if I shock in this land, I'm at 12. And then I can bounce this, stomp this, block this, take 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I think we're just dead if they attack with everything. I'm gonna shock this and then pass and see what they do. Yeah, that's dead. Chaos Magic Chuck, thank you for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Sideboard has 15 cards listed here. We could kill them, Justin, but they were killing us first, is the issue. So we turn mostly into a removal-based deck post-board. More things that play to the board. Were we dead on board to their attack with bounce? We were. So I could kill something, bounce something, block, and the Mutavault still kill us. We were at 12 and they had 2 Mutavaults. Seems really sad if we get Thoughtseize because we're counting on Bonecrusher Giant to be a 2 and a 3, but if Bonecrusher Giant gets to be a 2 and a 3, Chandra probably bridges the gap for us, or bridges us to Chandra. I'm gonna go ahead and stomp this. I don't think there's any 2-drops. I guess if they play Relentless Dead, I'm gonna be a little sad I stomped this. But kind of want to keep my health total high, and I want to play this out next turn, so anything other than Relentless Dead, I think I'm pretty happy stomping their 1-mana play. Yeah. Yeah, I'll let them draw 1 from Crypt Breaker here. We'll do this, and then next turn we can go tap Steam Vent, stomp the Crypt Breaker, cast an Opt. This is the downside to not killing the Crypt Breaker. Lets them do this turn. It is, Sal. Cast Chandra is definitely the plan. Just looking for land number 6. Perfect. I think I cast this just to stem the bleeding here. Like, I'm probably going to Chandra sweep next turn anyways, but they're giving you a card in the new set that lets you... We're just dead, right? I just can't beat this Colossus. The Ashiok, whatever it's called, lets you effectively counter Chandra. Yeah, it feels pretty dead. Just pretty typical blue-red problems. Opponent played a thing bigger than my Shock, Lightning Bolt, etc., and I died pretty handily. So far, do you like this deck better than the Eldrazi deck? No. Well, also only played 1 match with it, though. Not having a sweeper seemed really bad there. It's one of the big upsides to playing the Eldrazi deck is you get to leverage the card Kozilek's Return, which is incredibly powerful. I also think having more evasive threats like Rekindling Phoenix is really good. Flame Lake Phoenix also does good work. I'm not sure playing a bunch of counterspells is actually very good in this format. I think in general you want to be playing more cards that play to the board. Outside of like the do-nothing blue-white control deck, like having a mix of counterspells and other things doesn't seem particularly great in this format so far. Sure. This is again going to be a hand where we opt on 3 after we Cutthroat to get the Cutthroat grown up. guess I should probably play the island, technically, in case they thought season take the Cutthroat on one. So I'm going to go ahead and cast this now, so it resolves. Are you ready? Bonecrusher's ready. Nykthos, A. We're gonna lose Bonecrusher here, unfortunately. I think I just need to use my mana. Look, it's a Sack Storm Tamer, so the Stomp gets countered. Wait, they just let that happen? Alright, I guess I should have cast Bonecrusher this turn. I was reading chat, I just assumed they were gonna pay to counter this. my opponent didn't make the good play and I'm confused, chat. I apologize. Land is perfect. We're just gonna go. Land, attack, sword, hits you for 12. Give him the old Cleveland steamer here. Roll out. Roll out. Crunch. Yeah, that's true. They might not have realized the interaction with the invention there. Very possible. Mystic Dispute seems good against the mono blue deck. Chandra seems good against the mono blue deck. Commit to Memory is slow. Brazen Borrower is an okay blocker. I think I leave these stomps in, even though they're a little clunky. Ionize and Censor seem kind of medium here. Censor at least cycles. Is Roast good enough? Roast doesn't hit things with flying, so it doesn't kill Tempest Shin, right? So I don't think this is good enough. That seems fine. Not amazing, but fine. Yep. Hey, Fred the Third. Thanks for the 19 months of Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. You're having a good one wherever you are. Cutthroat's a good pickup. They have Flash. We can't win. Calm down. It's going to be okay. All right. You are the enemy of the people. Get out of here, Merfolk Trickster. Has double flash. Yeah, it's like, it's so quick. Lickety split quick. Get my Cutthroat going here. Hopefully they like Wizards Retort us and we dispute them. Does Rhino see Pioneer play? Not really. The roasts in the sideboard are mostly for the mono green matchup. Lovestruck, yeah, Lovestruck Beast is a good one. So I think I just end step Petty Theft the Leyline. Is that still a deck with Once Upon a Time being banned? That deck leaned on Once Upon a Time to try and make its mana work, right? I think I'm actually just gonna cast some spells on my main phase here. Let's just stomp this now, and then we'll attack them for 2 and play the 4-3 out. Should probably revisit Blue-Green Eldrazi and see how that feels in a post Once Upon a Time world. It's probably almost certainly worse, but the question is how much worse. Really? We're trading with Bonecrusher. That's interesting. I guess they just want to stay alive. You need an advantage bar to know who's winning. It's a toss-up. I feel like it would be slightly on our side of the board, but it'd be ever so slightly on our side of the board. Baker's dozen, do I get a free donut? Thanks for the 13 months, Oucho. Welcome back. I appreciate you keeping me around. No, I'm just gonna stomp their face and cast a 4-3. I don't know what's in their hand, but just like get them dead here. Retort. Weird that they didn't retort the Brazen Borrower last turn. We are on empty now. So kind of punished for using my stomp like I did. I should just cast this now, right? Like, I could get counters on the Cutthroat with it, but that doesn't really matter. I just want a 5-6 into play. And unless they have a dispute, this is resolving. Yeah, they stumbled long enough, and it just didn't matter there. Why are they playing Leyline? I think they mostly play it because it's free devotion. A lot of their stuff has flash anyways, but it does make things like Gadwick and, they have Gadwick and the Jin that benefit a little bit from having flash, but I think it's mostly just for, like, the free devotion for Thassa and Master of Waves. Small amounts of upside, but largely free devotion. one of the other people who streams a lot of Pioneer, Aspiring Spike, has been streaming that deck with the ley line in it, from my understanding. I haven't watched any of their games with it, but that's where the small amounts of popularization likely are coming from. Three of the top 4 Magic streams right now are playing Magic the Gathering Online, Magic's premier play digital client. What year is it? What year is it, chat? Is it really 2020? Why are so much murder? When Pioneer comes to MTGA, it'll change. You're not wrong. So in, 5 years when that happens. I feel like a toddler playing Magic Arena right now. Don't play Walking Ballista. Don't play Walking Ballista. All right, deal. It wasn't a Walking Ballista. Yeah, I agree. It's really disappointing both how Wizards restructured the MCQ and that they put the MCQ right before the format rotates. Like, if they would have moved this MCQ 1 or 2 weekends, it would be one of the most exciting events in the early format. People would be like hyped to watch it and hyped to see deck lists, and the place they positioned it in, just actually just couldn't care less. All right, so we're going to opt. That sounds great. Cleveland. Cleveland is so good. It's very possible there should be 3 Clevelands in this deck. You think Arena is killing paper a bit? I think those two things aren't related. I think the local game store is likely to be a failing business model in 2020. I think what Arena, rather than saying Arena is killing local game stores, I think the reality is that Arena is helping keep Magic alive. I think even without Arena, I think local game stores would be struggling, and I think there would just be less people playing Magic overall if Arena didn't exist. Yeah, the people who are stopping playing Paper Magic to play Arena likely weren't playing much Paper Magic to begin with. All right, I think I just commit this to memory. And attack you for 5 again here. I'm too short of lethal if they don't block. Next turn we can Borrower and then kill them with Cleveland the following turn. Yeah, small retail businesses are going kaput all over the world. I mean, that's a big part of what Yang's message is, right? I mean, even all the Democratic candidates are talking about that. The automation is coming. Amazon, even without automation, is just it's hard to compete. Every time I have to go to a physical store to get something, I always regret my decision 15 minutes in. Having to meander around a store trying to find exactly what I want is tedious, and it takes extra time. I'd much rather click a few buttons and have it show up on my door in 2 days. Was it the other day Christy had ordered something for pickup at Amazon at Walmart, and it was super clean and easy. So like we picked it up and like we went into the store and like clicked a button and it was like in a locker when we walked into the store. And like services like that are how those places can survive in 2020. And even that, like Walmart's not a local business, right? Like they're a big box store. So it's tough for local businesses to offer services like that. Thanks for the 5 months, 30 digits. I appreciate that. Welcome back. All right. Hopefully they block it away if this Embercleave is lethal. Can we stop drawing lands? No. Hopefully it just doesn't matter though. Yeah, I just give him the old cleave ho. I like going to stores so I can buy things I didn't know I wanted. It's a neat take. Yeah, I feel like the amount of time I go somewhere and like don't have a goal is like really low. Generally speaking, I know what I want when I'm heading somewhere. Roast seems good here too. I don't know if this is an Aether Gust matchup. Yeah, that's something that happens in Standard a lot too. Like people just don't expect to get cleaved out of this deck. Like this card's still really good when it costs 4 or 5 mana. Yeah, I think game stores like Card Kingdom / Mox Sporting House, like those types of things are the stores that are going to survive, that they've like diversified. Like they're not just game stores, they're restaurants. They're places where like people go hang out and like they provide services you like don't have to leave to go get otherwise. I don't know, it could be right to board an Aether Gust here. Could go either way. I don't have that many green cards though. I guess they have Voracious Hydra. Gusting Hydra is pretty good tempo. Elf. Sad I don't have an untapped red on 1, so I can't wild slash that. Malls and movie theaters are the same way. Are movie theaters struggling? I don't know the metrics for those offhand. Are movie theaters a failing or dying business? Kinda, yeah, I can see that. It's definitely like the experience that you're getting and how much you pay for it tends to not be stellar. Luxury theaters, draft house styles picked up. Okay, neat. Yeah, I know a new movie theater opened here in Bloomington where I live not long ago. In a world ravaged by land war elves, Mayhem Devil is king. Not really. Like if you cast your Mayhem Devil turn 3 on the draw, their land war elves has already killed you, so yeah. Sorry, there was a movie theater that opened up in Bloomington recently that they have a full service restaurant. in the theater, which is a neat gimmick. I think the solution to these things, you just gotta pair it with food, chat. People just want to be fed. Just feed people while they come to your place of business. Yeah, Americans especially. You considered feeding us while we are at your place of business. Here's our new deep fried popcorn. That's not even good here with Walking Ballista in play, right? So they don't have a lot going on here, but my hand also doesn't have much going on. Like, I can commit this next turn, I guess, and they only have one card left. Oh, that's a great draw. Let's get that right out of here. We go down to 14. 2 years. I've been subbed almost as long as I've been married. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope your 2020 is off to a great start. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back, Whiskey Dingo. They shocked for another land. I have an X spell here. No respect for Censor. Sure. Get that one committed here. They have no cards left in hand. They do have Castle in play though, which is a little scary. With me not having any sort of real pressure here. So commit. We'll tuck the second card down in their library. We play this for the commit half. I think casting memory most of the time is wrong. They are all the way down to 12 from, like, shock lands and thought seizes, though. So, like, that's real. This Mutavault could go the distance, especially if they start castling. Yep. So, Ballista. Gearhulk. I'm going to attack for 2 here because they won't trade these, I don't think. If they do trade, I'm happy with that trade. You know, it's funny you say that, Twister. One of the local game stores in Bloomington, they had posted on their Facebook page recently that they are now selling personal hygiene products at the store, including spray deodorant, among other things. Ryan the Mime, thank you for the 3rd of the year. Welcome back. Yeah, we can cleave Mutavault this turn. If they want to not take 6, they have to lose their Walking Ballista. Lord Spamalot, thanks for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. What are spells? Baby, don't hurt me. There's a Hydra coming off the top of their deck this turn, isn't there? It was 2 down. So they're going to get a 8-9 here again. If we draw Brazen Borrower next turn, 9-10, whatever it's called. If we draw Brazen Borrower next turn, we could win this game still. Another land's not going to do it. Weird. Weird how that works. Strange. I mean, the castle doesn't really matter here. Censor's a lot better on the play. Not sure my commit to memory. They actually never activated the castle. It's just too much mana. Does Cleveland unequip but Mutavault turns back into a land? Yes. That is how Magic the Gathering works. Hey, thanks for the half a year, Kane. Welcome back. I too enjoy bad tempo decks. Do you have an elf on one? Do-da, do-da. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I feel like I'm gonna cold shot it now. Based on the fact that they didn't ban Land War Elves in this format, I bet we're gonna have to live with Helion Walking Ballista combo for a couple of weeks. I wonder if they'll let that ruin their first Grand Prix and Players Tour event. Feel like there's a real possibility they just don't ban that for a couple of tournaments and it makes things kind of miserable. How did Legacy go this morning? Not quite as good as last time, but still good puzzles. Seems like a new Modern. Is Modern dead? Need to sell if so. I think saying Modern is dead is overstating the position, but I do think Modern is in a place where it's only going to exist for people who enjoy getting Troned and people who enjoy getting... if you're still playing Modern, it means you enjoy Tron and Valakut and Urza and all the other things about getting punked out of the game. I think a lot of people didn't actually enjoy the play patterns of Modern so much as they just wanted a non-rotating Magic format to play. So while, even though Pioneer's not perfect, it's definitely a lot better on average than what Modern has to offer. So masochist then, yeah, basically, in my opinion. I would be surprised if Pioneer is not the most popular competitive format Magic has come the end of 2020. I mean, I don't even know if that's true, Whiskey Dingo. We're actually talking about it this morning. I think the current Modern format is very similar to Legacy. The top decks have become very fair and interactive, and they're much better than the decks that aren't the top decks. I will say this, if you open up my deck queue, you'll notice that there's Standard, Historic, Pioneer, and Legacy decks in there. It's not a mistake that there's every format other than Modern in the deck queue at the moment. I think I'm just going to go ahead and cast Brazen Borrower. And just start getting in chip shots here. Second dig. It's a little awkward. Hey, thanks for the 10 months, Moxane. Hope your plague recovery is swift. As someone with 2 tiny plague carriers, being sick is not great. So walking ballista, I'm pretty sad. Yeah. I wouldn't mind if this card goes away just because it's real annoying in general. And with it being a combo piece now. Well, Bonecrusher trades for Walking Ballista, and then Opt fills the bin up for the next dig. Yeah, a Fabled Passage is a great draw. It's a land that fuels dig as well. I expect this Brazen Borrower will die. Really? Well, that's exciting. Since they did that, do I just, like, stomp their face and play Bonecrusher? I think I just stomp their face and play Bonecrusher. Just get as aggressive as possible here. Is Pioneer expensive to get into? As with every format in Magic, I'm pretty divorced from the finance aspect of it. So I don't really know what things cost. This card can pay 4 to get 2 counters with Hardened Scales out. Can also remove counters to shoot things. Okay. It's gonna kill us rather quickly. Yeah, that's true too. Expensive is relative when it comes to Magic. Yeah, I'm not sure we can win from here. Hey, Gargoyle, thank you for the very generous tier 2 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Are you not attending paper tournaments? If so, is there a reason? Yeah, I have a wife and 2 kids. And spending an entire weekend playing Magic when I could do it from the comfort of my home doesn't necessarily sound appealing. Noted, Schwingy. Yeah, that's true too. Like, it's definitely, like, Magic's a lot of variance, and, like, what Magic tournaments pay usually. Like, not only, it's much more profitable on average, just, like, fire up the webcam for a weekend. Who am I attacking and how? They're at 8, Vivian's at 5. They're probably blocking regardless of who I attack, huh? I think it's just Vivian. And then if they don't block, I'll Bonecrusher. Kill her, play another one. Are you ready? Bonecrusher's ready. I do plan to make it out to a Nerd Rage tournament at some point, but it's just tough to do. I can't do it every weekend like I used to. Shoot, I think it was 2014? It was 2014 or 2015. At one point when I was, like, grinding all the SCG events, I think there was a span where Matt and I played Magic tournaments 13 weekends in a row. Was not a small number of weekends, to say the least. Another Vivian. Gross. My best friend's wife is pregnant with their second. I also have 2 kids. He's my traveling buddy. Needless to say, we have one event planned for 2020. Yep. I don't think I could do 2 in a row. Yeah, me too. I wouldn't want to do 2 in a row. Yeah, I don't know. I'm also at the point where, like, as far as social experiences go, I'd rather just, like, invite people to my home to play board games. I think we're dead. Was Christy busy with her own stuff then? No, she's just very supportive. How was Legacy? Legacy was fun. Is high-level play at tournaments more taxing than ladder? Yeah, it's a lot more difficult, too. Like, grinding random ladder games is much, much easier in terms of average opponent player skill than playing in tournaments. My friends have to drag me kicking and screaming to the grid pre-15 minutes from my house. I mean, if there was a GP Bloomington normal and it was modern, I probably wouldn't show up and play the main event. It's okay to post a link to C-SPAN. Trump is about to give an address. Sure. So, now that has 4 damage marked on it, I think we petty theft it. So they get to kill my giant here, and I'm like, what's the plan to win this game from here? I think the plan is dig into 2 burn spells. They're at 4. I'm through a Wild Slash and 2 Bonecrusher Giants. And we bottomed, oh, we shuffled Censor last dig, right? Yeah, that doesn't matter what we've bottomed. Can we watch it together? I don't know the legal ramifications of rebroadcasting something like C-SPAN on my channel. I don't know. I don't know what falls under fair use or reaction content or stuff like that. I also don't want to change out of the Magic section to do that. Whatever he's going to do as far as impacts on my life go, can wait for me to respond tonight. Good lord. That's super unfortunate. Okay. Well, I mean, all things considered, as far as fortunate goes, that was a pretty good draw. Oh, it's 5 lands opt Magma Spray. Am I dead to Vivian Plus? So Vivian gives the Ballista Trample, and it makes this an 8. So this will be a 9. This will be a 12. I believe we're dead here. So we're going to 12, and then we're taking 6, and then they can pull 6 counters off of this. Yeah, we don't have a next dig. We're dead. Can you Gearhulk Bonecrusher? No. Yeah, it doesn't matter here. We take 9, and then this becomes an 11, and we die. Close game. Needed to be a little bit more fortunate with our dig through time. 5, 6, 7. Wow, that dig would have been all blanks too. That's unreal. There was no reprieve in sight. Walking Ballista, definitely very good against Brazen Borrower. Clearly Dig's an awful card. We should rage cut it, probably. From my understanding with the Iranian situation is the Iran's strike on the US base in Iraq did not have any casualties. And they said that they would not do anything else if the US didn't do anything else. So hopefully Trump's address is to de-escalate and not push us into an actual war. Yeah, I know that's having a lot of faith in someone I shouldn't have faith in, but... Yeah, playing decks that aren't Land War Elves decks versus decks that are Land War Elves decks, it just feels like we're playing two different formats. As much as I hate to say it. I'm gonna go ahead and stomp this, I think. We should play more shocks. I don't even think that's the answer. Like, we have 4 wild slashes. Like, playing the game of, like, did they have their dork and did I have my wild slash is, like, not great. No, I think that sounds great, Beansy. I don't know. We're still gonna play, like, sweet fun decks on this channel. Because, like, there's enough other people playing sweet fun decks in this format for the most part still, but as long as Land War Elves and Friends are legal in this format, you are making a mistake not to be playing them if your goal is to be competitive. Bearded Caveman, thank you for the 2 months of support. I appreciate you re-upping. Welcome back. Do you think the lack of finally removing those from the format is my first big disagreement? I liked how they've been handling the Pioneer ban list up until this point, but I do really feel like these mana creatures need to go. I actually think Gilded Goose is the only reasonable mana creature that I would leave in this format, in large part due to the fact that I expect, because Oko's gone, you can't go 1-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. Yeah, I think 2 mana accelerants are fine. I think both elves and Grazer should go away. I think having bad play patterns happen happen less often still means you're having bad play patterns in your format. I think Magic is already incredibly play draw skewed. Yeah, I think Grazer should go. I think Grazer and both elves should go. This is the only accelerant I would leave in this format. Because Gilded Goose doesn't let you go 1 drop, 3 drop, 4 drop. The Eldrazi deck is very good. The green Eldrazi ramp deck I think is one of the better decks in this format at the moment. Did you unban green Leyline if elves went by? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think in a world without Oko, Gilded Goose is a good example of a 1-mana accelerant that's okay. It's been a while since I've been disgusted by that card. Okay, let's counter that. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. So I just gave them a free draw. I should have bounced this in response. So I messed up. What I should have done is my Censor sequencing there was wrong. I should have let the draw trigger resolved, seen what was on top of their deck, and then when it was a land, bounced it. So I let them get a free draw off of that I didn't have to let them have. Is what just happened there. Which is a big deal. Let them play this elf out too. I'm gonna commit this Sword Tooth back into their deck here. They have a lot of food here, which basically makes racing impossible. Maybe 2 borrowers plus a sword can do it. And we're dead. Huh? I know Oko made you feel bad about creatures, but I was such a better planeswalker than Nissa Who Shakes the World. Nissa just, like, kills you outright and doesn't really give you many decisions. Oko at least made a lot of game decisions. I have Gearhulk. I have Commit to Memory. I guess I can do that for a turn. This feels like you have to remove her and board wipe before they untap. Yeah, a lot of the time. Because just killing her isn't enough, right? Because she gave them a very aggressive threat, usually. Hey, thanks for the 21 months, Percy. I appreciate that. You will see. Interested to see where Standard goes. Standard's actually one of my favorite Magic formats to play when it's good. That's just like, yeah, 20. For people who are, anyone who was playing Magic more than casually, 2019 was rough. For sure. all. All right. What if I attack with Bonecrusher? That's probably not good. Yeah, I agree, Panza. 20, end of GR in Standard was, it probably is still my favorite Standard format I've ever played. It was really, really good. Yeah, and with the Goose here pumping out life, I don't think I have a chance of racing here. And this isn't like the blue-red Eldrazi deck where I could like flash back a K-return and go to town on them. So with 3 blockers, I'm not dead on board to this Nissa, so I've got that going for us. Just casual gain back my attack. They get to play this arc off the top here too with this Courser. Yeah, Con Standard was fine. Innistrad RTR was another really great Standard format. Sword and Tooth plus Courser just lets them churn through any possible blanks they have. Arc of Warzaka also helps with that a lot. I'm just going to concede. We just don't have a recovery mechanic from this point. Let's get our Aether Gust into our deck and see if that gives us a chance. Censor is pretty comically bad here. Good Memory's probably better than Ionize. The president is 20 minutes late to his address. What is going on? Maybe the announcement is that Mike Pence agreed to invoke the 25th Amendment. And they're gonna remove him from office. And he's putting up a fight. How's that for optimism? Should I take up comedy writing? That's some next level optimism. Oh. Mike Pence is still a garbage human when it comes to the policies he supports, but I feel like I could depend on him to not start World War III via Twitter. To set the bar incredibly low. Wow. While Pence is a garbage human in terms of policy, probably would not start World War III via Twitter. Jeff's stand-up routine, I'll make you laugh, but only because if you don't, you will certainly cry. It's funny because it's sad. Correct. He is an awful person, Carl Reyes. So we're gonna upkeep Wild Slash this, so this way the Cutthroat gets a counter. Fast Cutthroat with us on the play. Definitely a good way to win this matchup. Sure. So in response to this fetch, I'm going to opt. And then in response to the fetch, I'm going to Wild Slash this. I bottomed that dig for people that didn't see. Maybe the Nexus player will brick. Maybe. It's weird how slow and fair their deck is when I kill their elf on one. So I'd really like to draw an untapped land here so we can take him to Cleveland. The goose is loose. The goose is loose. So if I attack them with both and they don't block, they die to the cleave, but I think they're likely to block. So I'm just gonna attack the Nissa with the Bonecrusher Giant and then cleave the Giant. Because if I attack them with both and they block, they don't die. And if they don't die and they get to untap with Nissa, that's really bad for us, so. Should be in a good spot from here. I feel like the actual good thing about this deck that we're playing is Embercleave. The Gruul Embercleave decks are probably some of the best things you can be doing in this format at the moment. They seem really powerful. That's lethal rate. We get to fire up Wandering Fumarole here. Because this doesn't currently make 2 mana because their Nissa died. Do the old switcheroo. They forgot that this wasn't making 2 mana anymore. I probably want Magma Spray on the draw, huh? Oh, you know what? Is this a stroke matchup? They have Nissa, they have Vivian, they have Hydrate Crisis. They just have so many good 3s. I feel like this is not a stroke matchup. I have Gust and Ionize. Yeah, I'm just going to leave Gust and Ionize in. All right. So, unless our hand is exceptional, we're probably mulliganing if we can't kill a turn 1 accelerant. Because they have Goose, so they probably have 12 accelerants, like 10 to 12. So the odds of them having an accelerant in their opening 6 or 7 is really high. In. This hand is quite good. Kill your thing, play my thing. Wait, is their deck broken? I think their deck might be broken. Maybe I should file for comp. Oh, just a little delayed. Sure. I think I'm going to stomp this and cast the Opt here. That way I have the best chance to hit my land drops here. It also lets me save the Magma Spray to be more resource efficient on a turn where I potentially need to be resource efficient. I don't know, they could just be inexperienced too, Quaddle. Maybe their hand's the Stone Cold Nuts, and they're just like, this is good enough on the play, but hopefully they just like don't understand how aggressively they're supposed to be mulliganing. People who are also watching the Trump press conference, has he shown up yet? No? Alright. Well, definitely killing this. If he sees his shadow, we get 6 more years of war, right? Ugh. Yeah, definitely, Gargoyle. All right, 2 and 2. Let's see if we can get our Burrito and Pioneer today, huh? Fell a little bit short in Legacy. This hand's great. Please play an elf on one. Oh, I forgot to put my face back up. Sorry. Bloodsoak Champion. Yep. Oh, I shouldn't kill this now because I let it attack and they'll just raid it back. Whoopsie poopsie. I think I'm just wild slashing. There's some appeal to just like taking a hit for 6 here. Believe it or not, losing this die roll was really bad. For those of you who are new to Magic, I'd recommend winning your die rolls. Okay, that's a wild slash. Lets me cast 2 spells inside of combat this turn, so that's really good for us. Yeah, my pair of Magma Sprays in the board are great in this matchup for sure. So I get to go block here. Wild Slash here. Brazen Borrower this, and then we only take 2 here, and we eat their Bloodstoke Champion. Alright, didn't eat the Bloodstoke Champion, but at least we did only take 2. I'm gonna cast an Opt looking for a removal spell here. It's a heck of a removal spell. So we're like kind of stabilized, and then you remember that they have Scrap Heap Scrounger in their bin that's coming back, and you realize that we're dead. Yeah, we're just getting attacked for 9 this turn. Remember that time when Magic players thought banning Smuggler's Copter was going to kill aggro in this format? Gosh, Magic players are dumb. It's a Chandra matchup. I probably don't mind 1 Chandra. I think I leave Censor in. I could catch them on occasion. Currently justifying the drone strike. I mean, Trump in his life has never uttered the sentence, "I was wrong, I'm sorry, I'll be better next time." Don't think those words or any iteration of that sentiment has ever fallen out of that man's mouth. Do we mulligan aggressively to Magma Spray? No. I only have 2 Magma Sprays. You can't mulligan aggressively for a 2-of that's not guaranteed to win you the game anyways. I mean, you could say that it's a sign that this is a sign that it's very serious if he's actually following his teleprompter. He doesn't usually do that. Staying on script is something he's not apt at. Alright, Bonecrusher is a great pickup here. As you will, my best card's in exile. They can't play a Scrap Heap Scrounger this turn, so at best they can play another 2-power creature. Oh, yeah, that one too. That's pretty good. Let's just play Bonecrusher, I think. No blocks here. Alright, so I think I just pass here. And then next turn we can Magma Spray, Scrap Heap Scrounger, block Knight, they pump Knight, I bounce Knight. So they have one Knight, they have a Knight, and then one card I don't know. Second Dig is probably the worst draw in our deck. I bought him the other Cutthroat. We were looking for a burn spell here. I think we're dead. We're pretty dead here. Yeah, this deck felt pretty lackluster overall in this format. Another deck that like felt okay in Historic, that like tried to port to Pioneer and just didn't really feel like it has the legs here. This format's just a little bit more powerful and brutal overall than what Historic has, in large part due to the vast amounts of accelerants and efficient aggro cards. I felt like the few good things this deck was doing are the same good things Blue-Red Eldrazi is doing, and Blue-Red Eldrazi having access to Kozilek's Return and being able to play really efficient removal like Lightning Axe is ideal. Elder Deep Fiend and the various evasive threats also help you win extra games and like steal games that like this Blue-Red Flash deck was just like not capable of stealing. So this one felt like a mystery overall. I don't think I'd work on this archetype more in this format. I think if you want to explore flash decks, there will be, there's a Sultai flash deck that's been going around a little bit. That's the deck I'm looking forward to trying that one at some point in the near future. But this red-based flash deck just did not seem like it had the tools to be competitive here. Do I think this deck would be better with a lower curve? I mean, like, what does that mean? What problem do you solve by lowering the curve, and in what way are you lowering the curve? Like, if you look at this deck, the curve's pretty flippin' low. Like, the only way you can really drag the curve, like, even Embercleave's not really that expensive of a card when you have some threats in play. Like, the individual quality of our cards just isn't high enough. So I don't think this archetype is fixable. I think if you wanted to make a blue-red aggressive deck that's like similar to a burn deck, that's probably fine, but that's probably also just worse than playing mono-red aggro. Like if you wanted to try to play like blue-red wizard aggro, it's probably worse than just playing the red aggro decks that have been going around. All right, at any rate, we are going to go ahead and roll on into some Historic on Arena against here. We're going to be starting off with some Bant Pod, some Bant Vanaphir. I'm going to hit a quick ad roll while I get the Arena client set up. And when I get back, we're going to play some of that. Don't go anywhere, folks. We did